I'm Bootlegger Bill, the DVD pirate, sailing from sea to sea in search of... No. I'm not doing this as a character. Sorry. In this series, we're looking at my vast collection of DVD bootlegs, the stuff that hardly ever aired on television, if at all. These are the DVDs too weird to be categorized into any of my other series. So hey, I'm giving them their own spotlight. And today, we start with Too Smart for Strangers, starring Winnie the Pooh. Hey kids, do you have that unfortunate problem of, well, getting kidnapped? That's unfortunate, because you should have paid attention to what these 40-year-old men in animal costumes had to say. Too Smart for Strangers is a 1985 TV special by the Disney Channel, featuring our favorite Ashdown Forest creatures singing, dancing.
Too smart for strangers, that's me, Winnie the Pooh.
Of course, for Winnie the Pooh, it's easy to avoid strangers when you already know everyone in the woods. Haha, I remember the days when parents used to let furries warn us about strangers. I might take this guy more seriously if he were in a good Winnie the Pooh costume, but sometimes making your suit blink isn't a good thing. He meets up with Piglet so the two of them can talk strangers.
A stranger is something a piglet is not.
Hear that, kids? As long as the stranger is dressed like a piglet, it's okay.
There are good strangers and bad strangers. And some strangers, the bad ones, want to hurt kids and bears.
Oh no! Country Hole has been crushed!
Both of them continue their conversation about strangers indoors so they can talk over a pot of honey. Not like there wasn't an endless source of that already outside. I like how honey is to the Pooh series what coffee is to the Coleman Francis movies. Okay, you've got my attention. What do I do if I'm approached by a stranger?
Number 1, say no to strangers.
Yeah, but what if the question is, do you not want me to kidnap you? Don't take their word for it, though. Tigger and Olivia from The Cosby Show are also having a deep discussion about strangers. It's quite a coincidence. Every animal in this forest is talking about the very same weird topic.
You should avoid unsafe places.
What are they?
Places where there are no other people around. Look! There are alleys, construction sites.
But if there's no people around, there's also no strangers. We start getting examples from the real world of kids bumping into strangers.
Karen knows she stayed too late, and she doesn't want to get in trouble. So, she decides to take a shortcut.
What's worse, walking into an alley or a guy in a tiger costume secretly watching your every move?
Hey kid, come here.
No!
Oh, come on, he was just wondering if he was pulling off his new mustache look. Well, okay, what's the next thing she should do?
Well, what do you know? Karen told her dad all about what happened.
You should still be worried. That's not really her father. But that example wasn't enough, so here's another.
Well, well, aren't you pretty little girls? What are your names?
Okie dokie. Now, what would you do?
Tell him he was great and the stepfather?
No, Peru!
Okay, unhinged cokehead tiger, what should I do?
Then scream and kick and bite. Fight with all your might and try to get away.
Are you afraid to say the term go for the because we are trying to give good advice here. After that talk on how weird strangers are, Tigger safely returns Roo to her mother, who walks around naked in an apron.
My, I certainly learned a lot from Tigger and Roo.
But unfortunately, Pooh learned nothing about eavesdropping. Honestly, a bear and a pig aren't enough to keep me from strangers. I need an asexual rabbit who does magic tricks.
Watch our friend Timmy and see if you can find the trick.
Hey kid, come here a second. I seem to have lost my dog somewhere around here, and I was wondering if you might help me try to find him.
No, sorry, I can't do that.
Or you could tell him that you haven't seen his dog, and then run away. Anyway, a couple of kids get approached by a roaming John Cusack, and another almost falls for the whole "I'm a friend of your mother" trick. But the smartest person in the woods is always the owl, so let's see what he says. Oh, never mind. He appears to be suffering a stomachache from eating too many Tootsie Pops. Owl's job here is to tell the kids what they should do if they're left home alone. That's easy enough. Just tie 2 strings to a paint can and wait up top the staircase. Wow, that was an easy joke. Let's look at some examples of kids who are left home alone.
Chance to fire a Revolutionary War musket, but only under strict supervision.
Well,
Have you checked the children?
What would you have done?
Well, I know what I would have done. Not leave my 5-year-old kid home alone. The advice that's given is to hang up on the strange caller, then call your neighbor to have them come over to the house. Now, why wasn't the neighbor babysitting them in the first place? And what if it was the neighbor who did that call? Is everyone this stupid?
I'd never tell anybody my name. I wouldn't tell my mom wasn't home.
But again, we would invite a strange cameraman inside to ask us these questions. So Mr. Alvadeer starts singing, and it takes on a whole new meaning.
When you're home alone, with no one else around, experience has shown you'll be safe and sound if you follow the advice that I have found.
Ugh, where's Rabbit? Haven't seen him in a while.
You certainly got here in a hurry.
Oh, yes. I wanted to be sure we told the kids about tricks.
Go right ahead.
Silly Rabbit, tricks are for... you know, there is such a thing as giving me too easy a jokes to work with. Rabbit tells us about the tricks people use to get inside the kids' houses.
Now, that man is a stranger, and he wants to talk to Sarah's mother, but Sarah's mother isn't home. If you were Sarah, what would you do?
I'd ask Larry King for his autograph, and then hope this creepy doll scares him away. Alright, let's go back to Owl's place.
Who's there?
Who do you think it is? It's the one and only Tigger.
Oh, well, that's no stranger. That's my friend Tigger.
Haha, so obviously, not only is a piglet costume okay, but a tiger costume as well. I hope you are taking notes. Seriously though, here's an easy fix. Don't leave your grade schooler home alone. There. Oh Lord, what else are we going to talk about? Weird people in the park? Strange behavior at the drive-in?
I think we should tell our friends that danger doesn't always come from strangers. It can be from someone you know.
That's right, kids. Everyone wants to abduct you.
Oh, Piglet, you're right. People you see every day might want to touch you.
Yeah, and... wait, what?
Well, there are certain private places on your body that nobody is supposed to touch except you. Sometimes your parents might touch them if they're dressing you or bathing you, or the doctor has to touch them when he's examining you.
You know that the doctor can also be guilty of...
Oh, but is there touching that's not okay, Pooh?
Oh, yes, Piglet. And that's the kind of touching that gives you a funny feeling inside.
Stop. Stop. Stop this now, please. Stop.
If anybody tries to touch you anywhere in a not okay way, a way that feels wrong, tell them no.
Yeah, most tend to listen to the word no. Kids, kick them in the and run.
I'm not very good at saying no. Could you show me how?
Here's how.
Wait, what? Oh no.
Say no. Stop that. It's not okay with me. No, don't do that. I have the right, you see. My body is my very own. That's how it's got to be. I've learned this is the time to say it's not okay with me. No, stop that. It's really not okay. No, don't do that. Take your hands away. I know I'm not at all to blame. I've done nothing bad, and now I'm going right away to tell my mom and dad.
There's a montage of kids getting touched, isn't there?
No. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me there, or I'll tell. If you touch me again, I'll tell my dad. No, stop touching me. Don't touch me.
Yes, tell them no, and don't run, but slowly walk away. Don't buy into Pooh and Piglet's advice, just take Rabbit's word for it.
Always tell your parents or someone you trust when someone tries to touch your private parts.
Thank you, Magic Rabbit, who dresses like Jack the Ripper. So that's the end of Pooh and Friends warning us about stranger danger and abduction. Notice how Christopher Robin is absent from this special. Just saying, he's probably been kidnapped. To be perfectly honest, I think the best advice they could give is for these families to move out of town, because apparently all of its citizens want to either kidnap or touch your children. As for me, I'm gonna go lock my doors because I'm agoraphobic now. Thanks, guy in a bear suit whose name is another word for feces.
I'd say no. Stop that.